everyone, it's Nat. Hope you're all doing well. So I'm eager to get crafting today. I'm trying to finish off my design team project for Lavender Blu. So I'm using her papers today, which are the printable Patchwork Fabric papers. So I'll link them below. I'm having so much fun with them because there's just so many bits that you can cut out because it is like patchwork. So you've got all the lovely different fabric pieces and that. So what I did was I found this little square in one of the pages and it looked to me like an envelope. So I thought, why not make an envelope? So I just cut these bits out and backed them with some book page, and then I've been using a whole heap of the blank bits of the pattern, a sewing pattern, rather than wasting them. You can see they've been written on and used and that. But rather than chucking them, I've been using them to back some of my ephemera with. And I also made this little book out of one. It's just a little pad that can be written on in some of the pattern pages. So that fits into this little envelope. So it's a whole lot of fun. I thought since it says back, then I'd put front there. Why not? Something to do with the words. I like using all the different words and the patterns. And I just punched a little button. I didn't bother covering it with any effect or Mod Podge, or I can't remember what the stuff's called that I usually use. But yeah, I just wanted to leave it flat and plain. So, Dimensional Magic, that's the one that I did my other buttons in. My brain's working well today, can't you tell? It's got nothing on the back because I'll probably end up sticking it in to the journal. Don't have to though. I don't mind the way that looks if I did just want to paper clip it, or I could put some fabric paper on the back as well. But yeah, so that's one of my embellishments. Next, I want to make some dress forms, I reckon, because I really love some of the fabrics that were on the A4 sheets. I love these ones with the little flowers. I think they'd lend themselves really well to a dress shape. So a while ago off of Facebook Marketplace, I got some dress die cuts, and I'm a bit precious with them because I don't have this die cut myself. Even though I've got a few of them, I did use one in one of my last journals, but I thought, why not use one as a template to cut out some of the dress forms. So I've got 3 pieces of the patchwork paper here that I've cut out that I reckon I might like to try making some dresses with. Now I think this one will be cool because I can have a red bodice and then a cream skirt. So I'm going to try that with that one. So I've got my pencil. I'm sure I did put it in here, yes. And what I'll do is just trace around. Now I think it's going to have to fit that way. So I'll probably speed this part up, the tracing and the cutting, so you don't have to watch it all. What I'm going to do is put it on the back. Alright, hope you're crafting away. Let's have some fun. Now with this one, because I want to trace it on the back, I'm just going to put a line where the red is, like so, just roughly. And then I know where I want the bodice to be on the back. I can almost see through and see where it is too. So, and I will just roll that lightly. That'll do. Right. Oops, I've got one of the sides. Better do that. Alright, so now it's time to cut those out. I might use my other scissors. Okay, so I have cut out all of my dress forms. So I was thinking they'd be really good stuck on a page as a decoration, I reckon, but they wouldn't make too bad tags to slip into pockets and that as well. But I think these bits up the top here would be a bit too easy to bend in that if you were to use it as a tag. I've already bent this one a bit, so I'm thinking with this one especially I might just cut these straps off and this one can be used as a tag somewhere. So I'll just grab my smaller scissors for this, I think. Just trying to think of how I want to do this. Okay, like that for starters. That's not too bad even. Just neaten it up a bit. Could go like down that way, but I don't want to make it too angular. I don't mind it like that. Might just round the edges off a bit. So there's that one. And I don't know if you can see the cream material has some sort of slight marks in it, and you can tell that it's material as well, a material print, so that looks really nice. So these lend themselves really well to inking too. It's the photo matte paper that I've used, and I've got some walnut stain here and it looks really good on this paper. I'll ink around them. Now that we've done that, we can embellish these a little more. So I might work on this blue one first. Now I have some offcuts of some lace that I've been using in the journal that these will go in. I'm thinking of, it's not too bad even in a big bit like that, is it? That's quite nice. It's a bit different. I was going to cut it down and just use a little bit, but I'm almost kind of liking that. Could hang off the bottom edge a little bit. It's a good way of using up the scraps, which I always like. I always go for my scrap bins before I get out any new laces or anything. I think I have the most fun using scrappy bits. So let's get this down. So I'm just using a bit of fabric glue here, or it's Helmer's. I'll run a bit down the side as well. Put that across. It's not quite long enough, but I should be able to make it work. It's not too bad. Probably could have moved it up a bit, but if I pull these bits over, there, that will do for that. Now, I've got some ribbon as well. I've got some nice blue ribbon that I've also been using. Don't know, it might be a bit much, the lace as well. Could almost stick some. I'm going to put it on anyway. There's no such thing as too much when it comes to junk journaling. Let's cut it a bit shorter. Cut that on a bit of an angle. Actually, that can come off. That's looking alright. It's a bit humid here today. Did a whole lot of weeding yesterday, which was great to get done now that the ground's wet. It's been so good for the firefighters this milder weather. Good for the garden. Filled up the bird bath, so all the sparrows are out there bathing at the moment. Always get this glue everywhere. Bits come through my ribbon too, but it's alright. Now, I'm just going to try something with a little bit of this. Cut one of these circles out with some of the fibres around the outside, and it might look somewhat floralish. Is that a word? Probably not. Because I can't be bothered going to get a flower or anything. Oh yeah, I like that. Maybe on the other side. Might put it there. Now I'll try not to overdo my glue. Alright, so that's that one. Isn't that cool though? I love it. And it's so good to just use the die cut as a template because, yeah, I like my die cut machine and I use it when I have to, but I do find it quite tedious to cut out a lot of the same thing. So this is a great way of, you know, just going over the template and cutting it out of all sorts of different scrapbook papers. Might sit down and do a whole lot of these one day with some of my papers that I've got to start using, that I've been hoarding. Now, I've got some thick ribbon there. And this one looks nice. Yeah, I reckon that one's the go. Slightly apricot, nice and thin one. So that might go there. Then I do have some, it's coffee dyed tablecloth. I love using just little strips of this. So we'll cut some off and see what it looks like. Now, I think I want a whole diamond shape, so don't know if that's not too bad actually. It might be better over that way where it's not so darkly dyed. Now that way, or I think it would look better that way. And I can cut this bit off. I'm having heaps of fun using these papers, the journals. Nearly done. I've got the signatures together. Started putting the pockets and that in. Done a bit of stenciling and stamping. I love the cover I've done on this one too, something a bit different. Little fluffy bits off. Just noticed a sparrow running across in front of the door. I tell you what, I can't leave my sliding door open because I come around the corner once and the starling was nearly in the house, and now when we open it the spoggies are right there. So, and for anyone who doesn't know what a spoggy is, it's a sparrow. I'm not sure whether you call it spoggy in other parts of the world as we do here. We're a bit bogan here in Australia. Well, I am anyway. Alright, and again, try not to over glue. That looks good. this little tiny bit off here. I love this. How easy is that? And it looks beautiful. Who would have thought that printed out fabric on cardstock would look so cool? So I don't know if you can see the ribbon in the light, but I really like that. Now I'll just see whether I want a little, I don't know if this one needs a little something. I actually quite like it just like that, I reckon. So that's those two done. Now this one, I'm not sure if I want to do anything with this one. Bit of ribbon probably wouldn't go astray. Just seeing what colours I've got. These I've shown before. I think there's a bit in there that was for your ribbon embroidery, but the rest of these, the majority of them are the ribbons that you get on your clothes for hanging them. They're the best size for these little projects. So it's been crazy, the weather here in Australia. You know, fires and then floods and all sorts of dust storms. I was watching the dust storm, I think it was Parks in Victoria or something. Was that New South Wales? That had a massive dust cloud roll over the other day. If I saw that coming, I would think it was the end of the world. It was horrific. Oh, that almost fits perfectly, so. Chop this little tiny bit off. Does make it look a little bit more like a dress. I might find maybe a bit of bling or something up in the top there. Just figure out how to open this stuff. Don't use enough of this stuff. I've been hoarding it as well, and I've got heaps of this bling stuff. Try one of the little ones first. Alright, I'm just going to stick stuff down now. Get my fine tip. And I'm going to put it here because I can, and I have to make a decision. This is where I need my I should give it a go, this silly thing that I bought, if I can find the right thing. Is this it? Pick Me Up. Haven't used it yet. That comes off, does it? No, hang on. Help! This has to be the lid here, surely. The lid won't come off. Yeah, because that's some other silly thing. Oh, you pull it off. I am having a bad day. Oh, goodness me. Bit out. Oh, I've lost my little beads. I'll pick up another one and put it. Oh, I love it. Now, how do you let it go? Like that. 2 buttons almost looks alright there. I'll do another one anyway. Just because I've got so many out, might as well use some of them. There, yay, decision's done. All Alright, well that thing works really good, but I've gone and squashed it on there now. Maybe it's meant to be flatter. Anyway, pick me up. Good tool. Look for it in your craft stores. Don't know how I've done without it for so long. So, see if I can stick these ones back on. Upside down, but it'll do. That took a lot longer than expected. Okay, so I've got our 3 dresses now, which I love. So I've got that one, and that one, and that one. Okay guys, well that was heaps of fun. Hope I gave you some ideas. Happy crafting, take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye.